Grand Rising to the world. How does it feel realizing that you have been serving Satan this whole time? How does it feel realizing that everything that Satan has told you is a lie? And see, you're trying to awaken to it without fully awakening to this event. The Most High allowed Satan to fool you, but now he's allowing you to see the folly of your beliefs. Everything that you have been told is a lie. And now you're starting to realize it, and you're trying to, well, it wasn't, we were a Christian nation before, but we lost our way. You never had the way. I was listening to Brother Moriel's video, and he was talking about these guys trying to say things, that are just, the Holocaust was the worst Holocaust was for Ish and for some Asian people. They're always excluding us. But see, that's Satan for you. Satan is always about exclusion, excluding the Israelites, excluding the Most High's chosen people, not talking about what we did to them. It's everyone's gone through slavery. Everyone has had bad things happen to them. Now, many people, brown people, have raised up a god of Satan. I'm sorry to break it down to you, but white Jesus is Satan. The Jesus that you have been following and worshiping represents Satan on earth. The last video I brought up, I talked about, look, when did the Great Commission of Yahushua tell you to go and rape, rob, murder, and steal from every single country in the world? All brown people are not considered human, so therefore you could do whatever you wanted to. Especially us so-called Negroes. We have no rights whatsoever in this society. See, you have been worshiping a god of war. White Jesus is a god of war for Esau. White Jesus lets Esau enjoy their freedom. Free Edom. Talk about this. We did a video on this years ago. Brother up north, an Eskimo up north, brought that to my attention. That free Edom, free Edom. Edom is free to do whatever the hell he wants to do. That is what white Jesus has done. Set up a society that has pit us so-called brown people against one another. And the mass majority of the world worships Satan, worships free Edom, worships white Jesus, which allows free Edomites to do whatever the hell they wanting to. Now that they're being found out, you hear them coming up with an apology. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't know. You knew. And another sister brought out a great video talking about how many people knew about, they were making a covenant, but they were hoping they were promised to get some dainties from the society. Now many people are all upset because they're not getting those dainties. Now they're seeing that they have nothing to give. There is no money. There is no status that they can give you because they've lied to you about everything. See, everything that they had was stolen from us, and you were only going to have it for a time. That time is now quickly coming to an end. So now they're left holding the bag like, I worship this Jesus. I worship these people. I turned my face to what they were doing to these so-called Israel, to these so-called black people, these Israelites, thinking that eventually I was going to get my turn to be at the top. I was going to get my turn to get the blessings. But now I got left with the bag, and I followed Satan. I followed white Jesus. I turned my back on the true Israelites. And now I'm going to have to suffer this punishment. See, this is a very difficult thing for the vast majority of the world to believe, to wrap their heads around. That's why you see them trying their best to act like they don't hear us, but they do. And it's evident when you look at their videos. You see them talking about a lot of the things that we've been talking about. All of a sudden, they're talking about, you'll hear them talking about the Most High. You'll hear them talking about, there's other books now. All of a sudden, there's other books that tell you more information. There's a Nag Hammadi. Oh, there's a book of Enoch. Oh, the book of Jasher, Jubilees. We're going to, all these different things all of a sudden we've been talking about for years, right? But now we're telling you that the vast majority of these prophecies have already been fulfilled. They were fulfilled when Edom, brought out white Jesus. He brought out another Jesus, just like Paul was talking about. You guys want to act like that white Jesus, that God of war that they brought out, has always been here. But he was raised up, especially with the Greeks, because the Greeks wanted to take our position. So therefore, it was like they cut us off from our power and made us all Greeks. Romans did the same thing. They wanted our position, so they killed us off for following our ways. Revived Roman Empire, Inquisition, same thing. They killed us off for the same things because they didn't want us to know who we were. They wanted to disconnect us from our power so that they could have the opportunity to rule and reign. That was your testimony. That was your testimony. We are the last generation. Like Sister Pat was talking about, like our generation, you can see is like the generation is coming up now. They want everything quick, fast, and in a hurry. The Bible told us to study to show thyself approved. The vast majority of the world does not want to do that. They want things quick. They want us to break everything down, give it all to them, and they can just, ingest it however they want to. But see, that's not going to work. You have to study to show thyself approved. You have to go through events and go through things in your life in order to read and get the Bible and see it the way it's supposed to be seen. You had to go through the struggle in order to get understanding now. So we are very blessed to be here. We are this final generation. We see too much. We know too much. We understand too much. There's no going back to the way things were, because Satan and worshiping the God of war and the God of Satan, or worshiping your Satan, requires you to vomit up your knowledge and walk around here like a zombie. And that's why it worked so well for a time, because the vast majority of the world was walking around, with no knowledge and understanding, because those were the times that we were in. They were being talked down to, led astray. We are not led astray because we don't listen to Gentiles anymore. We don't listen to their breakdowns of our scriptures anymore. They don't prove anything. You see, they haven't broken down anything. They haven't shown you anywhere where it says the Most High approved only 66 books. He said you can only read 66 books, and that you have to listen to a pastor or a priest to give you an interpretation of those 66 books. See, you have the knowledge, and you have the ability to study right now to show thyself approved, which is what you should be doing. Now, what you do with this information is up to you. But 1492 was a watershed event. Earlier in that year, 1492, they took down the Muslims, the Moors, our people, they're just like us. What the Spaniards did. By the end of the year, they were here in the Americas because they took down the Southern Kingdom in the first part of the year, and then they took down the Northern Kingdom at the end of the year. And that's why they called the Southern Kingdom Ayudios. Ayudios. That's how they used to call it. The Spaniards were called Jews. Ayudios. And they came over here to the northern part and they called them Indios. They flipped the U for Ayudio for the Southern Kingdom. That's why they say it's a U. Represents the Southern Kingdom. They flipped it to an N because now they got a hold of the Northern Kingdom. So that's the Northern Kingdom, the northern part, and Ayudio, southern part. They knew that they were taking down the Israelites. They knew they were getting their blessing. So that's why you were really pushed to take their God as your God, because that was the God of war that gave them, that they represented or put up to represent them getting the opportunity to rule and reign for a time. That time is now over. But they tell you the truth, even in their words. Ayudio, Jew, Indio. Ayudio again, you, Southern Kingdom. Indio, N, Northern Kingdom. They know exactly what they're doing. And Most High makes them leave all of these clues for the ones that he's going to enlighten and bring this information at the end. You're not going to hear any of these Gentiles trying to disprove any of this, because they can't. They can't and disprove any of this information. But thank the Most High that he's given it to us once again. He sent the Holy Spirit to bring all things back into remembrance, and now it's a wrap for you. You're going to go down with that God of war that you raised up. You're going to go down with that Satan that you have been worshiping this whole time, and it's terrifying you. Much love. Shalom.